Why did God give me this life? Sometimes it's overwhelming.
One had the foresight years ago to know what Brooklyn could become, and he played an important role in the Renaissance.
Do you think that there is actual cloning going on?
We know that there's actual cloning going on. The question I believe you're asking is human cloning.
Oh, yes, sir.
But let's start with the real question. The real question is cloning going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so either times is getting really hard for Beyonce here, or this photo just proved that they are really cloning celebrities.
So, it looks like the rumors about Beyoncé being a clone may be true after all, because Kanye West has just revealed major details about why they allegedly cloned her. And the details are disturbing, to say the least. People have been speculating for a long time that Beyoncé was being controlled by Jay-Z. While this once sounded a little crazy, new receipts making some believe there could be truth to it. Apparently, there are other industry executives involved in this entire situation, and they've been keeping tabs on her because she's their biggest cash cow. In fact, an industry insider claimed back in 2016 that Beyoncé was unilived and cloned sometime in the 2000s, and that the version we see today is a manufactured clone referred to as Baby B. The person behind this claim, Stephen J., went on a lengthy Facebook rant, sharing what he said were things he witnessed while working in Hollywood. He even posted side-by-side photos of early 2000s Beyoncé and the present-day version, writing in the caption, "The chick on the left is her but the chick on the right is not." He further claimed that record label executives harvested her stem cells early in her career and, once she began making moves to go solo, allegedly replaced her with a clone to keep the highly profitable Beyoncé machine running indefinitely.
We know that there's actual cloning going on. The question I believe you're asking is human cloning.
Oh, yes, sir.
But let's start with the real question. The real question is cloning going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I knew it.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying, let's just say animal cloning.
Oh,
right?
yes.
Let's start there. That's not a myth or...
No, that's been known.
That's not a conspiracy theory that we are at the point where we have no problem cloning animals. If you lose a pet, you can send away to these companies and they will...
They'll remix that, send it back.
Right.
Yeah.
At as close a proximity as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Anyway, going back to Beyoncé, some people believe that even before she was supposedly cloned, she was being controlled by Jay-Z. These rumors began circulating after claims surfaced that he allegedly got involved with her when she was still under 18, while he was approaching 30. According to the rumors, Beyoncé's family didn't even know that Jay-Z was courting her until it was already too late. By that point, they reportedly had no choice but to accept the situation, as she was said to be deeply in love with him. As many people point out, Beyoncé didn't have much of a social life growing up, since she was focused on her career from a very young age. Because of that, Jay-Z is often described as her first serious love, aside from a brief high school relationship. In fact, according to claims attributed to her rumored former bodyguard, Uncle Ron, who allegedly spoke about this before his death, there are even more serious accusations. He claimed that Jay-Z kept Beyoncé dependent on substances in order to maintain control over her, though these allegations remain unverified and widely disputed.
Man, yeah, Beyonce's on drugs. She's been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way.
Girl, just when we thought things couldn't possibly get any worse, a since-deleted interview from the popular blog Media Takeout went viral. In it, a former acquaintance of Beyoncé allegedly claimed that Jay-Z physically mistreated her as a way to maintain control. And remember what I said earlier about Beyoncé being a cash cow? Well, this source also had a lot to say about that. According to the claims, he had a long-standing issue with keeping his hands to himself. The person alleged, "I've never seen him outright strike her, but I've seen him shove and push her multiple times. At first, they thought it might be harmless horseplay, but after noticing how uncomfortable and embarrassed she seemed, especially during an incident in Saint-Tropez, they began to believe it was more serious. They went as far as to say he treated her like an object rather than a person," the source continued, saying, "She's done with the control, the pressure, and the handlers who make every decision for her. They are afraid she'll leave without notice, and they have reason to be. They are scared of losing their cash cow. They've kept her under control for years, but that may not last much longer. She's on the verge of rebelling. She's questioning her finances and even demanding an audit. According to these claims, Beyoncé is mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausted after decades in the industry. She allegedly wants to step back, rest, and finally live life on her own terms, but feels restricted by those around her. There are also claims that her finances aren't adding up, leaving her worried about being stuck in a cycle she can't escape, and as if that wasn't enough, it's now also being alleged that Kanye West believes Beyoncé may have been cloned. He has previously spoken out about celebrities being controlled like robots by powerful figures in the industry, and unsurprisingly, her name was one of the ones he mentioned.
Can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
No, you, man.
But they can't control me.
Now, the crazy thing is, this wasn't the first time Kanye West alluded to celebrities being cloned and controlled. Back in 2015, he made similar comments while addressing people who labeled celebrities as part of the Illuminati. According to Kanye West, it isn't celebrities who actually make up these powerful groups. Instead, he claimed that celebrities are merely pawns controlled by people at a much higher level. He suggested that public figures are used to push specific agendas, and when that control starts to slip, they are allegedly replaced or cloned to maintain influence. He went on to say that musicians and entertainers are often used as decoys, distracting the public from those who truly hold power. "I'm tired of people calling musicians the Illuminati," he said. "That's ridiculous. We don't run anything. We're celebrities, we're the face of brands." He also pointed out that artists are often forced to compromise what they say in their music in order to protect contracts and income. Kanye West also implied that he personally experienced industry pressure when he went against the system. While he faced major backlash, especially after making widely condemned anti-Semitic remarks, he claimed the situation went further than public criticism. According to him, when powerful figures could no longer control him, they allegedly attempted to have him institutionalized and medicated. He even shared a disturbing text message, reportedly from an industry handler, outlining consequences if he didn't comply. The message allegedly read, "I'm going to help you in one of a couple of ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving, open conversation, but you don't use curse words, and everything discussed is based on facts, not something a friend told you or something you saw online. The second option is that I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate you heavily and you go back to zombie land forever. Playtime with your kids just won't be the same."
They tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears you. I mean, look at
they would have Michael Jackson
or worse, yeah. So look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain. You can see it now. You can see there's not much of her.
And interestingly enough, other celebrities have also been rumored to be cloned, many of whom people claim started acting differently or doing things they once said they never would. Names like Jim Carrey, Gucci Mane, Dave Chappelle, and even Jamie Foxx are often brought up in these discussions. Now, when it comes to Beyoncé, there really isn't much actual proof that she has been cloned, aside from what people are saying online and what Kanye West has alluded to. But still, many people are convinced, and the rumors have continued to spread ever since they first surfaced on the internet. One person commented the real Beyoncé has been gone for like 10 years. She's been erased and replaced. Another said ever since Crazy in Love, I haven't recognized her. I kept asking, who is that? Because it's not BAE, but now, I want to know your thoughts. Do you really believe Kanye West's claims about Beyoncé being cloned? And do you think there's any truth to the idea that she was replaced to control her money? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.